Welcome to the Accountability Circle, everyone. I swear we're gonna do the accountability circle. Just watch this. Just let this be your mental reset. Every time I watch this, it gets more and more insane. I notice more and more details. I still don't know what the song is saying. But again, now that I know this is basically the TikTok voice. It's like the AI voice. So this is the TTS voice, and they made it sing the song. Oh my, grass is floating. Guess I should check it out. Anyways, welcome to the Accountability Circle. I just love subjecting all of you to this video because it's so funny. There's something funny about whatever this storyline is, and it's just crazy. We're going to be doing some Accountability Circle stuff. So again, if you don't know what the Accountability Circle is, I need to put on the music. Sorry, I lost the link to the music. Not the link. Sorry, I downloaded the albums because the albums sometimes disappear off YouTube, and it's really sad because I enjoy some of these like collections. The Accountability Circle. If I can hide everything, including my ideas, and I move this over here, and I move this over here. Wow, I'm so organized. Wow, this is great. See, this is why you need four. This is why I think people who do stocks with 5 monitors, they're the only people who have really solved the computing problem. There's never enough monitor space for everything that you want to do. The Accountability Circle is a group. You are number one clip. Oh yeah, wait. Actually, can we see the top clip? Actually, it was really funny. It's a really funny clip. I enjoyed this clip a lot, even though it makes me seem like it makes me seem problematic. But this is a good way to start the stream. This is a great way to start the stream. We'll do this. I have some things to show you after as well. We'll do this. There we go. Wrong one. Wait, how do I get the link? We do oh, this one. Here we go. What? Am I crazy? What happened to it? How come it won't show up? Hey, what the heck? I don't know, like Twitch. I don't know. I need like a different link. Quickly. Does anybody know a link that I can go to? Quickly. Does anybody know a website that I can go to? Quickly. Wikipedia. I needed to show up in the name. Sorry, it's OBS. It's really hard to find the exact tab. There we go. Let's see what this clip is all about. And I swear this clip is going to make me seem like a really nice person. Actually, we'll even leave it in theater mode. I hate hearing myself so much. Oh, I hate hearing myself so much. That's funny. That's actually funny. I don't know why I said that. I actually don't know why I said that. Actually, speaking of, I also posted the screenshots from that moment on the Discord in the incident log. So we actually have all these cool little. So what's funny is that if you look at this series of screenshots, right? It's like this feels like an Office parody where it's like Michael Scott gets raptured. He ends up in some limbo place. Okay, Jack Black, Death, played by Jack Black, says, hey, to this piece of butter that he found inside the fridge, he's like, hey, you need to go help Michael Scott navigate heaven because he's not gonna know what to do. And then the butter is trying to talk me down from like doing whatever crazy plan that I have, right? So, but because Michael Scott has too much ego, he goes, okay, well, trust me on this, I can make it happen. He goes to heaven, and then Jesus. It's like, nobody, you can't go inside. And then Michael Scott's like, well, wait, let's go for a walk. Let me sell you on the idea of me being in heaven. He says some crazy shit, ends up in hell. It's actually the best sequence of screenshots I've ever taken. And I didn't even plan it this way. It just naturally happened this way. I don't even think the screenshots are necessarily out of order. I just think it's like randomly we decided to go to the world in the exact order that we need it as to like make it like an Office parody where Michael Scott gets raptured. Next slide, please. Next slide. And then I'm over here, right? stuck. I look at like Max Payne 1. Yeah, exactly. I'm being tortured by everything. I had this like permanent smile affixed to my face. And I'm looking over, and even the butter has been sent to hell because the butter pays for it it pays for my sins. And then my first punishment is Zabiz, and then it kind of stops from there. And then I included the me punching the boobs, like boobs, all of us being in hell, everyone being in their own cages, which is this was funny to me. Me being on Omegle, Michael Scott ends up on Omegle. Okay, now there's a new continuation. Okay, Michael Scott, in trying to get into heaven, tells Jesus, "Hey." Because Jesus, he can't stand at the gate forever. Sometimes he just wants to go for a walk. Michael Scott says, "Hey, I'll be your receptionist." So Michael Scott invents Heaven Omegle, and then you go on to Omegle, and then Michael Scott is talking to you, and you have to convince Michael Scott on Heaven Omegle to let you into heaven. Otherwise, he sends you to hell. That's good. That's really good. That's actually like peak. And then this one, this is okay. They actually said nothing bad while I was AFK. As soon as I went AFK, everyone was actually normal. So I was spared. Thankfully I was spared. Oh, but yeah. The accountability circle. The accountability circle is a moment. It's a group where if you have some goals and of things that you want to do, you can come here and you can put your goals out there, and through peer pressure, to the power of peer pressure, you can try and complete them. So we use this as a way to peer pressure each other to complete things. We have to do homework now. Well, it's homework that you choose for yourself, right? And I will say this: it's not you don't have to be successful, but it's more of a helping tool. So it's like if you can't, sorry, I'm so gassy. If you can't do the thing that you want to do by yourself, because you would prefer having like a body double or just someone there to help you sort of motivate you, let's say to see them doing things and that will motivate you, or to just have some peer pressure to like complete things, this will help you, right? This is sort of the idea behind it, right? So we did this last week and it actually ended up very well. Everyone completed their goals. Yes, and even worse, you get called up publicly. All right, buddy. Okay, I'm going first. You're next. I'm going first. You're next. I failed. I failed. I didn't do everything that I wanted to, okay? What was my goals again? I think I posted my goals afterwards. Wait, did I never post my goals? Oh, I talked about my goals on stream, I think. I only talked about my goals on stream. Yeah, oops, okay. So I only talked about my goals on the stream, which was I was gonna secure my game server. So for context, I'm trying to make this little online game thing. And I set up the server and I put the application on it, and I have like a good Ansible playbook to like deploy it. I was gonna make sure that everything was secure such that I could maybe open source it. And I was gonna make sure that I could even secure the server such that I could show it. Such that you wouldn't even be able to like deal with it, and maybe it'd be free pen testing. The problem is that I got way too much into a whole different sidetrack, which was related to it. Because while I did do the firewall rules, I realized that the port that the application listens on has to be open. Like, obviously, right? It's an application that takes in web packets. Sorry, it's an application that takes in packets, which come from any client. But in this case, it's going to be a web transport client because I'm trying something new. I'm just testing out this technology, seeing if it works, right? The problem is that the application itself has no way to actually determine what is a valid or invalid packet. So I actually did a bunch of research into how to do this. And I actually looked into things like, I'm not even kidding you, World of Warcraft private servers. So I even looked at the World of Warcraft private server implementations because they actually reverse engineered how World of Warcraft does it on the actual live server. And I saw that, yeah, everybody just seems to encrypt the packets. But then I actually, like, I was trying it out. I was trying out this, like, method of encrypting packets. And I'm using ephemeral keys. So it's like I'm using Diffie-Hellman keys. They're ephemeral because I only use them to like encrypt that one session, and then once that session's done, you get a new key, right? And I was like, I don't know if it's worth the overhead because I have to then decrypt the packet, get the data out of it, and it doesn't really stop anything from happening anyways because either way the client has the key. So the moment that the client gets compromised, they have the key and everything goes to shit anyways. Maybe the only thing is like on transports, you ensure that you can't be snooped in on, but either way, it's sort of like, what do I gain from that? And I was thinking about this. I was like, what do I gain from doing all of this? Not really much. Like of the attack avenues that are coming through, what do I gain from stopping this? Because it's not like the packets contain very very sensitive information. I'm using the opaque protocol to do logins, which I posted somewhere here. Opaque. Okay, Oblivion Music doesn't really fit for this, but I mean, this is just one implementation of opaque. But the idea is that it's some mathematical function that allows you to verify the identity of both people without ever exchanging private information. You just have to agree beforehand on various parameters on how to like calculate this function. But once you do, you always get the same result given the same input. So in this case, I'm using it for your password. The server, then it never gets your password. It just gets the answer to what your password would be that's unique for that combination. And because it's mathematically sound and actually revealed beyond Facebook, but Facebook is just the one place that they had, like they've implemented it, but there's like a whole paper here. It's actually very interesting and it works very, very well. I realized that I'm not actually like sending any real information over. So I was like, okay, well, what do I even send over in this game? And then I realized something, and then this led me down a further rabbit hole. I was like, wait, I don't even know what I want to send over yet. So this is where I am. I was like, okay, I have the firewall going, but I don't know, but the application itself is like, it just takes in everything and just tries to use it. And it's like, I don't like, I don't really know what's the current best practice for dealing with packets. And so like securing your application against errant packets or even like malicious packets or even like what malicious packets can seem like and how to process them properly. So I'm looking into that. So that's where I am right now with the server. And I've only worked out 3 of the 5 days this week because one of the days I had to carry like a bunch of really heavy stuff. And actually, it was so heavy that I actually still feel a bit of pain. And also yesterday, actually, I forgot to let you all know, I found a spider's nest in my shed. So I went to get the shovel because my family, my father asked me for a shovel. And I was like, yeah, sure. I go into the shed, and I open it up, and there's a spider's nest. And I was like, oh, shit. Because I saw all the spiders run. And I was like, oh, shit. I grabbed the shovel. I dropped it on the floor really loudly. I ran for my life because I was terrified. And then right now, I'm thinking of how to get rid of the spiders without burning down the entire shed. So I need to know what to do. But look, all I'm saying is working out was hard, okay? I had to carry a bunch of heavy boxes. I still have to, actually. Probably tomorrow, which is why I'm not here tomorrow. But also Sunday is my day with my wife. But I'm 3 out of 5 days, and I didn't fully secure the server, but I have new steps for next time. And I think my steps for next time are going to be actually spec out what I want the server to do on a much more detailed level. Because I have it on a high level of what I want the players to be able to do, but I don't have it spec'd out on a technical level, on the low level of like what the server should expect in terms of like the data structure, the format. And then I also need to figure out how to actually do like packet validation to make sure that it doesn't consume bad data, or if it does consume bad data, nothing bad happens to the application. That's the thing that I need to really figure out, right? So yeah, that's basically where I am with my stuff. I kind of somewhat failed, but it was interesting, right? And this is the thing that I want you to think about is that even if you fail, you come out. Oh, actually, I did here. See, I did. So even if you fail, and I actually posted this even before I failed, but I posted this even before anyone failed. Actually, I posted this on the first week. Even if you fail, it's about the learnings that you get from it that will help you grow. Shame. Ah, the rocks. The rocks are hitting me. That one felt good. Anyways, the mod, she's shame. The mod is finishing her notes on Unit 2. I have to refer to her Gantt chart. She didn't post her Gantt chart in this chat. I have to go and get her Gantt chart. She's doing a high school level kinesiology course. She's not in high school. She's like 3 years younger than me, which is like she's 27. She's old. And she's doing a high school level kinesiology course because I don't know why, but she is a very fit person. So I'm assuming she wants to become a personal trainer or she wants to beat someone up. I'm not really sure. She's also reading a book called The Woman by Kristen Hanna, which is apparently a book about a nurse during the Vietnam War. It's a historical fiction novel, and it seems pretty interesting, actually. Even reading the synopsis made me go, I kind of want to read this too. You're too old to learn new things, old Sag. You know what? It is hard to learn new things. It's very hard. And I was thinking about this because I had a discussion with a friend recently, and he was trying to wrap his head around the whole, like, what is, like, this newfangled idea of gender versus sex. And I had to tell him, I was like, this has been here for the last 100 years. You know what I mean? Like, the sociology has been talking about this. I mean, the modern discourse of it has been within the last 30, 40 years, but sort of like sociologists have always known that this stuff has always been separate for like the last 70 to 100 years, right? But I still commiserate with them because no matter how old it is, you have to learn something new every single day just to keep up with the world. And it's true. The world just keeps moving on, right? There's a lot of things that we take for granted within this world where it's like we do things and we move on with things because we sort of feel like, oh, um, like the things that I know are set in stone, but they're only set in stone because we believe it to be set in stone. We never really put thought into sort of how we know these things and why we trust them. The things that we trust and the things that we know to be true have only been known so because somebody else has done the hard work of verifying it. And so it's like when we have to do it, it gets way more complicated and like way and 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 it's way more tiring. And so I commiserate with somebody who's going to do that for the first time because as a skill set, it's a very specialized skill set to sort of figure out what to do and how to keep up with the world and how to make sure that what you're keeping up with is actually true. It's like very difficult to. You're never too old. I do agree that maybe on some level you're never too old, but I think that's also ignoring the reality that like it is very tiring and some people have very difficult lives that makes it difficult for them to be able to keep up. And also like it's also I think that statement is also dismissive of the fact that if you ignore the people who have problems trying to keep up, you'll never be able to convince them to like you'll never be able to get to a point where there's a solution that fits everybody. Not that that's ever possible, but I think I just think like dismissing the concerns of how somebody can like isn't keeping up and it's their fault is a great way to like isolate them but not really help them. Yeah, you're lying. Socializing on the internet has helped you to keep up. Yes, it's helped me a lot too. And it's helped me a lot because it exposes you to a diverse set of experiences. Both for good and bad reasons, but even the bad stuff, it sort of helps you understand where they're coming from and sort of where the flaws of their ideas come from, right? Not to say that like every idea is flawed, but like, you know, just to look at it and be able to see the working process of how they got there, I think is valuable too, because then you can sort of help yourself by avoiding that flow as well. For better or worse, you know, it's just the way that life is hard. Life is hard. And things are difficult to keep up on. And I commiserate with those who feel the pain of it, even though I know that on some level, and I think about this a lot, like, there's basically never a way to avoid this one problem, which is that on some level, there's some portion of there's always going to be some portion of society that believes that the red light at a stoplight means you should go faster. You know what I mean? Like, there's never a point where we're going to get, like, a perfect set of knowledge transfer and a perfect set of learnings where people can just learn this new thing and then people will always do the right thing, right? Like, there's always going to be somebody who just, you know, drives on a red light, who doesn't stop at stop signs, right? Just, like, really basic stuff that we feel is basic, but that, you know, for them, they don't believe in it, right? So it's like, you know, stuff like that is always at the back of my head that you can't help everything, but for the most part, I think we can do a lot better. So yeah, it's hard to keep up with things. So I'm glad that the mod is trying this. I don't know how far she got though. She didn't update me. She's currently dealing with her workplace. Her workplace is very hectic, so I didn't really want to bother her. However, in saying that, I've also accidentally ignored her for 3 days. I've ignored her for 3 days. Because me and the mod, we usually do like a daily game of of connections, and she sent me her results for the past 3 days, and I haven't been on my Discord. I just been off my computer doing stuff, and so it's like she just sent me this stuff, and I looked back and I was like, oh, she sent me like 3 results, and I said nothing, and then she's like, oh, like I feel kind of bad now. I don't want to like ignore her, but I've just been busy. Sorry, mod, if you're listening to this, we'll put in the VOD. I'm not trying to ignore you. This is the book, by the way, that she's reading. So I'm not sure how far she got, but I'm sure she's doing well. This other chatter, so I'm going down the list of whoever posted within the Discord because it's easier for me. Lloyd Hentai, which actually they're right here, right now. I'm assuming this is Lloyd Hentai within Japanese, but I don't really know. Try fingers, but whole. They completely forgot their last week update, which is true. But they actually successfully patched 3 things for their clients, and they only had to deal with the fault of 1 bad meeting. So only 1 piece of poop had to roll down the mountain to them. Good. New goals this week is they had to finish the last 4 chapters of The Lord of Mysteries, which is I'll talk about what they're doing later because this was interesting. Create a working VM on their server to RDP into on Arch Linux and clean their room as computer parts everywhere. And this sent me down a rabbit hole because I've never heard of Lord of Mysteries, and it's pretty cool. It's actually so. Sorry, I'm so gassy. It's a Chinese web novel written by Cuttlefish that loves diving. So it's a pretty cool web novel. It blends steampunk, Lovecraftian horror, and Shunwan. Is it Shunwan? I don't know how to pronounce it. Elements in a Victorian era inspired world, which seems pretty cool. So it made me want to read this. And there's also Arch Linux. Your goal is to write some goal on Discord. You know what? That's a good goal. Honestly, no goal is too small or too large. Every goal is always the right size, right? Because it's all about what you want to do. Oh, you started to watch Lord of the Mysteries. You need to start reading it. Wait, watch it? Is there a show for it? It's so good. QQ. The web novel is amazing. I'm glad it's getting a physical media for you to collect. As in, like, it never had a physical. Oh, because it was a web novel before, and now it's getting printed. Oh, Lord of Mysteries show. It's a donghua. I see. It's an anime. It's a show. Oh, I get what you mean. Wait, so which came first? Was it? So it wasn't the manhwa. It was the donghua that came first. Egg. The egg came first. Okay, well I'm gonna watch this now too because I didn't know that there was a show, but that does sound interesting. This is Arch Linux, by the way. So this is the Linux that they've installed, and it's funny. It was a web novel. Oh, and then they made the manhwa, and then they made the donghua. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Now I have more things to check out. Well, okay, but then now it's like I feel like I should read the web novel first because this is the thing about going from like a manga style thing to a web novel is that I hate going backwards. Like something about losing the images hurts me so much. And then it's like, because it's like, oh, I feel like I'm missing so much of the detail and like so much of the visualization, right? That they've made for it that in a way fits, right? Because it's like they wouldn't have released it if in some way the author didn't agree that this is the look that they wanted for it. So me going backwards to just reading it makes it so difficult for me to want to. Because it's like, I feel like I'm missing out on another expansion of what the author intended. Which is interesting to sort of look at, right? The web novel came first about 8 years ago. Then they had a manhwa old, and then they made a newer version of the manhwa new, and then they made the anime with a 10-year roadmap. The first season is still just the first of the book. The show is going to last for like 10 years. Holy shit! How massive is this book? Okay, you know what? Maybe I'll start with the anime, and then I'll work backwards because there's less that I have to do if I start with the anime. Because 30 minutes per episode. By the way, can I say something? TV has gotten inflated. Back then, TV shows were actually roughly like 13 to 17 minutes long because they accounted for ad time. Yeah. So now that TV shows are like 34 minutes each, one, they're way too long. Two, the production costs are way too high. Three, you can't fit a single ad break in it without going over your time slot. Is this a Final Fantasy X song? It is. But yeah, I'll probably work backwards from it then. But yeah, this is cool. Thank you for letting me know. I have more things to watch and to enjoy then. Your friend got you into it, and she said she cried so much with the books. So you're preparing yourself to read them. Oh God. Okay, maybe I won't then. Actually, no. Maybe I will, but I need to be careful about that because that was the thing. I've been reading too many emotional things lately, and I feel kind of like I feel very, very I don't know, like overly emotional. Like I'll text my wife and I'll be like, honey, I miss you so much. Please drive safely. If you die, I don't know what to do without you. And then I'm not even kidding you. My wife goes, honey, have you been reading your books again? And I was like, yeah. I'm sorry. You finished the anime and you still cried. Damn. Okay, that's actually a good thing then. Because I feel like not that crying is like I feel like if a show can make you cry, I feel like it can elicit emotion from you. And in many ways, it's sort of like I think that's the best kind of show to watch, whether that emotion is crying or anger or something, right? Like, but as long as the show can make you feel things and get you invested in it, I think that's when the show is very good because that's when the writing understands what it's trying to do. Because it's not like we cry for things that don't matter. In a way, like we hear sad news all the time, we almost become numb to it. And so when something breaks through that and allows us to feel again, I sort of look at it and I go, ah, there's something about this. Emotions. Emotions. Stop right there, emotions. I don't need emotions. It's worth watching though. I am okay, so I'll watch it. But I need to prepare myself. I need to tell my wife too that she'll expect some more texting from me. Arch Linux is a distribution made for weebs based on Arch Linux and Easy Archer. What is Easy Archer? So, based on the name alone, I figured Arch Linux was a Nyan cat thing. So, Nyan, meow, meow. Arch Linux, Nyanners. Nyarcher, you can use Nyarcher, script to install Nyarch customization on top of any other laser show with GNOME pre-installed. If you want to use it, anyways, Nyarch. Okay, this is painful. But what's interesting is that they're installing it on their server and they're going to RDP into it, which is the remote desktop. So it's basically just like you use a computer on like a different computer on your own computer. RDP it stands for Remote Desktop Protocol. I've never heard of this Linux distro. And I know many. In fact, I even know the Linux distro called, I think it was the Rebecca Black Linux distro, where it was like her Song Friday or like her whole discography. Which apparently, by the way, that Linux distro was apparently the cutting edge of Wayland compositor development. Like that distro was the beta testing ground for all of the Wayland stuff for like for whatever it was. So apparently it was pretty good. Sorry, what did I just see? Arch Linux, the perfect Linux distribution for degenerated weebs. Enhance your weeb flow with our pre-installed applications. Cat Girl Downloader. This application satisfies one of the most important needs that a weeb has. Getting some random pictures of cute cat girls whenever you want. Yeah, you have nothing better to do. Well, at least you're honest about it. Why is there an application to download cat girl images based on Nekos.moe? Welcome to Nekos. I really should have opened that in a whole different window in case it was porn. Like I really should have like done that in a whole different window in case it was porn. It might still be porn. Let me just pull this out somewhere else. It's not porn. It makes me uncomfortable though. This made me uncomfortable. Last stream, 07. You know, we always say last stream every single stream, which says to me that I'm doing something right. I don't think this is porn. I don't think the site would allow porn. I think it's just I think it's just safe free cats. So I think we just look at the cats. Why did the top post change? Why did the top post change as soon as I dragged the tab over to show the bikini? Why did it change as soon as I moved it over? View more. Where's the cat, guys? Okay, that's the thing, right? It's crazy because it's like Final Fantasy XIV is the only piece of media that I've ever seen understand the importance of the cat guy. Like the cat economy is bereft of dudes, and I don't know why. Like there needs to be more cat diversity. Last stream for you because you're getting mad. Hey, you know what? Thank you for showing me this, though. I have some more things to check out. Yarch Assistant, your dream waifu at your command. Yarch Assistant is more than just a digital assistant. She's your cute, quirky command. This really is made. This really is a Linux distro for weeaboos. Material ooh. Wait, where's Material ooh? Material ooh. Choose any waifu as your wallpaper. The desktop and application themes will automatically adapt to their colors to make you feel at home. Nyarch Customize lets you quickly customize your desktop. Technical features, easy app install, semi-rolling release, easy to use, open source. I have thought about this. It was Lorentai's plan from the start. It was all a setup. I have thought about this where it's like, it makes sense because one of the best ways to get people to contribute to your effort is to convince people to use the thing. And one of the best ways to convince people to use the thing is to target people's interest. And one of the most global interests that has been there even before the advent of the modern nerd culture is the weeaboo. The weeaboo has always been there. And the weeaboo has always been technically inclined, sometimes even more so. So you're always able to go in here. Yeah, Narch Companion is unironically why you're trying it out. If you remember Windows and Cortana, that's why. Oh yeah, Cortana. I forgot about Cortana. Newell Fork. What is Newell? Newell, your ultimate virtual assistant. So it's funny because the Newell assistant has no anime waifu, and then they forked it to add an anime waifu. Oh, what's the difference between a weeaboo and an otaku? Societal respect. The way that people look at you and then like trust you and stuff. Like, would you leave an otaku with your kid alone? No. Would you? I mean, yes, maybe. I don't know. But would you leave a weeaboo with your child alone? No. One is really in Japan. The other one is a faker. That too, yeah. So which one is better? It depends on which one you ask. So how do I get the waifu? So, hello, Achan. What do you think of Snap applications? Wait, I have a perfect. I actually was playing around. I was playing around with this last night. Where just to give me a second. Where just hello, testing, testing. Hello, Lolo. Hello, Lolo. Hello, hello. It's way too high. Sorry. Hello, Lolo. It's too high. It's too high. It's too high. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Testing. 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 It doesn't sound as smooth. Oh, here we go. It kind of works. Smirk. Don't even get me started on Snap packages. I mean, it's so restrictive and bloated. And don't even get me started.
Sorry, I can't listen to myself. It's so painful. It was working better last time. So basically, I was trying to play around with the pitch shifter to make it not sound robotic, but it always sounds robotic. I don't really know how to fix that. Okay, so, Paul 2 is starting. Keck W. What is Paul 2? What is Paul 2? But there is it does seem like it's fully set up to have different things like a personality. So I can see why this is here. Sounds more like chipmunks. Yeah, I need a really good voice changer to really fit the theme. Paul is a movie about an alien that landed on Earth. Paul movie trailer. What did it say? Paul movie trailer in Hindi. Why does this show up as the official new 14 years ago? Ah! I love how he's an Australian alien. That's a Simon Pegg movie. Yep, it's. I just love how he's an Australian. The Australian alien. Oh, that's a good joke. The Australian alien. Don't get me started on the security implications. Can you explain how to use Pac-Man smirking? Oh, you want to learn how to use a real package manager? Fine, I'll teach you. This is good. This is really good. Well, what's funny is that you could technically install this with anything. So it's because you don't really need to install Nyarch Linux. You could just install it anywhere else too, because it's just a Flatpak. So great. 14 years ago, what are you doing? I have that same response. Like sometimes I'll talk about something and it's like, oh, that was 17 years ago. In fact, this entire day is a blast from the past. So be prepared to feel things that you haven't felt before. Harem support. Wait, what? Hold up. Wait, harem support. Switch between waifus on the go. Wait, your waifu at your command. Chat with your waifu using a live 2D. Wait, live 2D? If you could somehow pirate, say, Iron Mouse's model, you could use Iron Mouse to talk to you as you're doing stuff on your PC. Wait, Iron Mouse should sell her own AI companion. Am I a genius? I feel like you should be able to do this and then a VTuber should have their own AI companion on screen. You're glad that I mentioned that one can install it anywhere when you get into what actually happened. Wait, well, yeah, true, because your update is within the Discord server. Wait, what? You want this on your work laptop? They might fire you. Execute commands on the fly seems so dangerous. Siri, hey Siri, delete all my files. If that happened, I'm so sorry. If your phone is going off, I'm so sorry. Support for Markdown and LaTeX. Wow, that's so cool. Hey, you know what? I'm actually down for this. Okay, let me read your update, though, because this is a pretty cool... What? Look at this. Look. 3D acceleration. Required. Don't want Blue Lock S2 app PowerPoint. What is this? It's 50-50. They either fire you or promote you, right? Yeah, it's like, what will you possibly have? What is a Blue Lock S2 ass PowerPoint? What does that mean? Blue Lock the game? What, also, Material Uwu. What is Material Uwu? Material Uwu. Wait, there's actually more. There's Lollipop, Shortwave, Waifu Downloader. Wait, there's a Waifu Downloader. Komiku. Blue Lock Season 2 was basically not an anime. It was just a PowerPoint presentation animation. Ooh. I had to watch that too then. Lollipop is a modern music player for GNOME. Nice. At least, okay, so these are the least weeaboo things I've seen linked on there. And then there's Waifu. There's another. Okay, Chad, I'm just going to open this raw. Oh, thank God. It's an API. Oh, thank God. Waifu.im allows you to get waifu images from an archive of over 4,000 images and tags. So, what if I just go to the website itself, waifu.im? The API for your waifu images. Well, what? Waifu.im was created to be an alternative to waifu pics. Is this just a scraper for a bunch of burus? I think so. And what's funny is that all of us here are technically inclined, so everybody here knows exactly what I mean by that. Streamer is either going to get a virus today or get banned. Honestly, that feels like every single stream I've ever done. So if anything, this is just another day in the office. Regularly sorted. The API is offline. It's currently online. Do I get a new image every time I reroll? I do. Look. Waifu.im does not own any picture. So yeah, I think this comes from various sources. What sources are there? You're gonna get a funny phone call. That's all you know. Quick start. Rate limiting. Authentication. Where does this pull images from? They have a Python package. Where does this pull images from? Like, I'm so curious. Cloudflare geo-blocking. Imagine getting geo-blocked from your waifus. Also, what is the other website that it has? It's called waifu.pics. Okay, this one, waifu.pics site safe. Don't do it. Wait, why? What's wrong with waifu.pics? Uncensored. Sorry, but it doesn't work without... okay. No, it's fine, it's fine. There's a separate... Oh, God! Wow. She has massive titties. Oh, my God. Wait, and you just keep on going. I wish I could show you this, but I'd get banned instantly, chat. This is like... I'll get banned instantly. Wow. You can see the underboob. It's so sweaty. Wow. There's so much stuff on waifu.pics. Hey, what's this thing downloading? What? You require my Steam information. Sure, I'll sign in with Steam. All right, let's go. More images if you sign in with Steam today. All right, cool. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Daisuki. Oh. Not safe for work. You didn't see that, right? Good. Sigh, opens incognito window. There's a not safe for work tag on it, so it does work. Images. Wait, we can actually go here and check the images. Okay, don't click on not safe for work. Wait. Not safe for work. I am 18 years older. Oh my God. It's actually just like an infinite array of hentai. It's actually an infinite array of hentai. Wow. Top images, top waifus. Okay, what's funny is if you go to top waifus, it has not safe for work. So actually, no. There we go. Now it's fine. I can show you top waifus. Here. I can show you all the top waifus. First page. Okay, this site is remarkably safer for work than the other site. So these are all the top waifus. You have waifu. You have a waifu. You have a waifu here, waifu there, waifu everywhere. So many waifus. And not a single naked woman in the site. Good. We're safe. Fragment is a BitTorrent client. Waifu downloader. These are interesting applications. All their backs must hurt. I mean, that's the thing, right? The larger it gets, like, sure, it's fun to look at, maybe fun to play with, but it's not fun in the long term. So I feel for people who have to, like, deal with that. Read your favorite manga online or offline. Wait, this is kind of cool. This manga reader allows you to search, sort, and read all your favorite manga with ease. This seems like a cool application. Wait. I kind of want to try this. Well, you know what? That was a good update. Thank you, chat, for giving me your update. Thank you for showing me the power of Nyarch Linux. I'm going to check out how to Nyagoon. I'm going to Nyagoon like a Nyarch Linux user. And then okay, Mint here, so Mint's thing was they wanted to continue working on their fonts, and they had to do the hinting process. So they explained what hinting was last time, and then they actually went through and actually did it by looking at hundreds of letter combinations and changing a few pixels at a time. Which kudos to you. I would have gone insane. The code name of the font is MNGS Mint New Grotesque Sounds. I like how you're using Mint as like your theme name now, even though at first it was like a play on this. On like the not hinting, kerning. Sorry, kerning. Okay, well, what happened to the hinting process up here? No, but it is cool though, because it's like, look, I actually like their font is interesting, and I'll just look at it here, but you can even see it. Their font is over here. Their font in particular is way more readable compared to everything else. So they've actually done a very good job of making it extremely legible, even at small sizes, at 8 pixel size. So kudos to you, Chad. You've actually done very, very well. Also, this is Lord Hentai's update on the last one. They finished Lord of Mysteries Volume 1. Can't wait to get Volume 2 on December 9th. Nyarch hates me on the server, so Ubuntu it is, and you can still get the waifu download. Computer parts aren't everywhere, but you just want to hang up your new posters. See? Why get waifus online when you have waifus IRL? You like the top questions in the FAQ of Nyarch Linux. Every time I open Nyarch Linux, I feel like the FBI is watching me. I feel afraid. I feel afraid. Okay, how do I... Donations? Wiki? FAQ. So top questions, probably down here, right? Is this a real distro? Yes. Why? Yes. Yes and yes. Is it beginner friendly? Is it safe to use this thing? Basically an Arch install with some bloat. So it's just Arch Linux with extra like hentai on top. Just want Arch customization on another distro? Try Nyarcher. This is the best thing ever. How much money have they made so far? Times 33 received coffees. 33 coffees. See leaderboard. Turtle Gandhi. You use Arch, by the way, Keck W. See, we have another Arch Linux user. There's at least 2 of you here. This is fascinating. I actually really enjoy learning about everything that everyone's doing. This is the other thing that's like really cool. Linux would not safe for work bloat. I mean, perhaps the only good Linux distro there is then, right? Compared to everything else, that's like the best thing. Because Linux by itself is boring. I'm just gonna say it. So far, this is pretty cool. So far, this has been a great success. I'm the only one who's failed. Maybe the mod has. I'm not sure. She's been busy with the work, but so far it's been interesting because it's both a learning experience to learn about all these cool new things, and we get to sort of peer pressure each other into doing things. So everyone, get your rocks ready and throw it at me because I'm the only one who didn't finish their stated goals. Get your rocks ready. Throw your rocks at the screen. Take a rock from your floor. Throw it at your monitor right now. And while you're trying to fix your monitor, I'll be right back. When do we have to make goals? Start of a week or put them in whenever you want? Ideally, start of the week. So, like, ideally, basically, from now until end of day. You can do them at any time, but because we check in every Friday, you might have less time overall to do it. So, next check-in, I'm going to get the time right now live on stream so we know exactly when the next check-in is. Okay, next Friday, which is October. Oh my God, it's October. So, so Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, stream will start early. I'm gonna try to swing this, but I don't know if that's possible. I'll just if I'm working, I'll set a meeting for myself every Friday at 11 a.m. to do it. But it may have to move to a Saturday. But every Friday we'll be doing it at this time. And you know what? I don't really need to in 7 days. No, I need a short time. I'm not really starting the work schedule yet, so maybe I'll hold off on the schedule change of me going to a later time for another 2 or 3 weeks until after Halloween, because Halloween, I won't get this job probably until January. Anyway, so until January, I won't get this job anyways, because that's when the new financial quarter starts, and then that's when they have the money to hire me. But this is the next. Okay, great. It's just time. It's just time. I need a day. I need a time and a day. Long date, short time. Long date, short time. Anytime between now and this time, the sooner you get it in, the more time you have to finish things. And again, your goals can be anything. So read over the channel, right? Check out what it is. It doesn't matter what it is, and it doesn't matter if you fail or you succeed. It matters in a way that you set goals for yourself. Because one of the cool things about this exercise that I really enjoy, and the thing that I've taken the most away from this is that, one, it's motivating to see other people doing their thing. So again, I commend all of you and I congratulate all of you for completing your goals. 2, it's rare for you to think about your goals. Like, it's very rare to sit down and sort of ask yourself, what do you want to do? Because this is not a goal imposed upon you by work. This is not a goal imposed upon you by some other external factors, right? I have many of those, and none of them are particularly enjoyable. This is a goal that I've chosen for myself because I want to. And in doing so, it feels better because it's like, oh, like, I get to decide how I want to take this, I get to decide how far I want this to go. And, like, I get to choose what I want to have. You should have goals, but you like the idea of the peer pressure added to it. See, the accountability circle is working. See, because again, having goals by themselves, while it's, even if you can get through that first step of thinking of goals for yourself away from other external pressures, because you now lack those external pressures to get them done, it's very easy to fall into a malaise where you do nothing at all and you just kind of like sit there and you let them fester. Whereas having people breathing down your neck, ready to throw a rock at you at any moment, is a great motivator for you to go and get your goals finished. I find it to be very helpful for me. It's very fun too. It's pretty fun, not as like a competition thing, but as a, oh, this is what everyone else is up to too. Because it's weird to say this, but sometimes when I live life, I forget that life for others is also being lived too. Because I can only feel life from my perspective, and so it's a nice reminder to feel that everyone else is also still living their lives too. It makes me feel not alone in this cold, dead world. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you all for joining the Accountability Circle this week. I hope that you all enjoyed this little, take on peer pressure and all of us working on things alone but together. Next check-in will be October 3rd, 11 a.m. my time, which I don't really know what is. Don't humanize chat. I know. I'm trying to stay away from humanizing the chat, because the more that I humanize chat, the more parasocial that they might feel, but also like the more that you all feel real to me, which I know that you're not real. You're all just voices in my head. But I have to give it to you, all of you. You've all done amazing. And you all even realize that Nyarch Linux just isn't worth it. I really should do that too. Like, I should make my server somehow RDPable or something. But I will say this. If you don't need remote desktop, like if you don't need a desktop at all, honestly, going SSH only with a headless distro feels so nice. There's so much less bloat. Things run so much faster. It's so much easier to like manage things. You know exactly what's happening. It's so good. The voices. Give me a moment. We're gonna move on now to Guns the Duel, and I'll talk about a bit more about that game. Give me a moment to set things up. I'll leave you with a video to watch in the meantime. That way you don't get bored. And this time it'll be a different video. I swear I have a different video every single time. This one, you might like this one. Especially you might like this one. As I try to think about what you might like. I don't know. What would you like? What would you like? What the hell is this? No. What would you like? Let's see. Trying to find a good funny video for y'all to watch. Nah, whatever. You don't get funny. You just get something nice.